Gather round, gather round. My name is Uncle Ron. You've landed on my porch. Grab a chair, have a seat, get some coffee or some cold brew. Let's have a conversation about how to grow your business using organic digital marketing methods. I am here to give you the tips, tricks, and cheat codes that I personally use every single day in running and growing my businesses from here smack dab in the middle of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. This week, we are having a conversation that takes us deeper into storytelling. This came after I saw a presentation from an Ali Fallon last week who helps writers tell their story through books. There are principles and tactics that we can take from her process and use whether we're doing short form, long form, or actually publishing a book. Because storytelling is universal in helping us make connections with people. I can't have a conversation with each and every person who listens to this podcast every week, but I can use story to tell you how to market your business and do that with a lot of you at one time. This is the concept of creating content for your business that can go out through websites, podcasts, social media, YouTube. The list goes on and on. We talked yesterday about how to hook someone in. We have to create this unanswered question that will allow us to tell that person's story. It will allow us to introduce that one big problem and the transformational process that's going to come from it. What happens in that transformational process is the hero of the story has to endure a struggle. If you think about movies, the hero always has to endure some sort of struggle that creates that transformation. The hook at the opening of the movie is there to compel you to want to watch the whole thing. It leaves an unanswered question for you. It takes you on the journey with the hero. It's universal in all of the media we consume. This is Storytelling 101. That said, I'm going to remind you of a concept we've talked about previously. You are not the hero of this story. You are the guide. This is where you get to be Yoda. You and your business, your product, your service is going to help the hero of the story win the day, because ultimately each and every one of us wants to be the hero of our own story. We don't want you to be the hero of our story. We want to be the hero of our own story. We want our family to see that we took care of them in the best way possible. This is where you are the guide. You are fitting into this journey and helping the hero find relief and resolution as you introduce the struggle that is put together by the one big problem. During this struggle, it is easy for you to introduce your product or service as part of the resolution that does occur. This is where you can introduce why you are the perfect guide for them. Think back to Star Wars. Yoda was not the hero of the movie. Luke Skywalker was trying to defeat the evil empire. Luke and Han Solo eventually did that, right? In some form and fashion. But what happened was that Yoda taught young Luke how to use the Force. The Force was the product or the service. Luke got to be the hero of the story because he learned how to use the Force. Yoda is your business. The Force is your product. You are allowing that consumer to be Luke Skywalker of their own Star Wars movie. You introduce the struggle using the hook, and that struggle needs to be painful. You need to have the hero on death's doorstep or the gates of Sheol, if you understand that reference from the Old Testament. It is a place where your hero can find the transformation that your reader or consumer wants for themselves. This is how you take them on that emotional journey. This is how you introduce your product or your service as the Force. You get to be Yoda. It's a beautiful place to be because you've now created the connection. You've put the dots in place so that that consumer can connect them and tie you into the loop of the story as you close that hook at the end. Your call to action is going to bring them in. This is where the power of storytelling comes in and allows you to sell your product or your service without actually selling. No one wants to feel like they've been sold to. But if you can take them on this journey, they sure as heck want to buy from you. I'm Uncle Ron. You've been on my porch. We are going deeper with storytelling this week. And tomorrow we're going to wrap this up with the moral of the story. Before we get there, if you need help telling stories, I've got good news for you. Sprocket Expert Optimizations does that every single day of the week. Go to sprocketops.com, hit that contact form, give me your information. I'm not going to spam you, but we will have a conversation about how I can help you tell better stories and grow your business. We've got an educational platform that you can learn to tell better stories, and I can actually do the storytelling for you. But you have to go to sprocketops.com, hit the contact form, and let me know how I can help you. Tomorrow, we're going to wrap this up with the moral of this whole story. I'll see you then, right here on the porch.